Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Jack Daniel at the Boxers Training Channel. And I was on momentarily about 5 minutes ago, but I had to cancel that out, go out, and come back in. It's like going out the door and coming back in, right? And that's exactly what I did. So, that being the case, we're going to run through some boxing. We're going to discuss some boxing, man. We have to have, in my opinion, more boxing dialogue and less gossip about um, what Pookie did to um, DeAndre. You know what I mean? Things that go on in a boxer's life, right? The adversities that are associated with a boxer's life, right? The personal things I'm speaking of. We shouldn't be as inclined as most creators are in bringing that to the forefront and making it part of boxing conversation because actually it's really not boxing conversation. It is, in my opinion, gossip, right? And a lot of content creators do that disrespectfully because they know or believe that people want to hear gossip over boxing. You know what I mean? So I don't particularly agree with that. I think if you're going to have content that is purposely for the purpose of boxing, then do boxing. If you want to have a gossip column, have a gossip column. Set your channel up or your podcast up so you can um, gravitate toward gossip. I mean, quite naturally, there's a lot of people in this world that love gossip. They love the um, the negativity associated with talking about somebody. You know what I mean? I mean, and that's kind of like it's a sad state that we in that um, think that it's okay to run behind somebody's back, especially somebody that you know, and have a negative conversation about it, right? And it is easily said, right? Especially in a place like in the South, right? You have the South where everybody knows everybody's business, and when you have a conversation with somebody, that's the first thing that comes out their mouth. You know, we in the South, and everybody talks about everybody's business. That is because that's what people enjoy doing. They don't have anything better to do but talk about their neighbors. And I'm kind of like, man, how do we get to this state, right? Whereas we can talk about other people and the negative things associated with other people, but we can't talk about nothing positive. You know what I mean? We can't help out, uh, or we can't transcend beyond the pale of hurting somebody else's feelings. And I think that's disgusting. That is disgusting. And I think that we need to change our behavior. And shout out to the boxing voice, right? Today, Ness got on and he just went. Shout out to Luke. That's what it said, Luke. They said Haney is back in March. But if you want to, brother, we can there's a number on the screen. You can call in and we can have that conversation, man. You know what I'm saying, Luke. Shout out to Luke in the house. So I think that we need to, you know what I'm saying, deviate from that and try to do better as human beings, right? When we deal with other human beings, human nature, right? It's a sad state that we live in today when everybody agrees with, obviously, because they keep doing it, talking about the next man. Oh, what I was about to say was Ness had a shout out to Ness. Ness let them have it. Those people that I'm referring to, the gossip columnists, you know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be referred to as boxing pundits or boxing analysts. They should be considered as gossip columnists, right? Because that's what they do. They get hey, it's horrible. It's horrible. Okay, it's horrible that they do it, but they do it, and They want your attention. Okay. Oh my. Okay. On my lip, I couldn't get it out. Dang. But that being said, man, let's do some. Let's do some boxing, man. Let's talk about something that people want to hear about. People want to talk about boxing. That's what I came to do. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta get away from. I'm telling you, I have to stop being a party to the gossip column, right? Because the gossip column, you know what I'm saying? They'll jab at you, in hopes of getting you to say something negative, so it'll be you will be a part of the negativity. No, look, Devin the Dream Haney, and that's what Luke was talking about. Shout out to Luke. Luke said Haney be back in March. That is what is being said, right? I haven't had a conversation with Bill Haney in a while, so I don't know if that's to be. I don't know if that to be true. There is some internet chatter about that possibility, and as a matter of fact, I think that I did read something that was to be considered as that should be considered as authentic, right? But I don't want to like rely on chatter that I don't know to be actual. You know what I'm saying? I want to be as punctual as possible when I come on this podcast and say something to y'all, right? Then nobody got time to listen to somebody that what I think. No, the business of being accurate means that you have to take it upon yourself to research the information, right? Again, I haven't talked to Bill, but I will. But in the meantime, let's talk about Bill's son, Devin the Dream Haney, right? Devin the Dream Haney is formerly the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, first in the four belt era, right? He is currently, here we go, in the house, Gil Cole. Shout out to Gil Cole, my arch, I don't want to say enemy, but nemesis, right? But Gil Cole has always got something uh, to say about Devin the Dream Haney. Like, let me see what it is. Gil Cole, shout out to Gil Cole. Haney, how Devin fighting in March doing? Oh wow, wow. Okay, hey, a Gil Cole. That is a darn good question. It is really. But if you want to, if you like Mr. Cole, there's a number on the screen, and we can have that conversation in the chat. You know what I mean? And you might be able to compel me to tell you what I think about Devin Haney and Ramadan. There is something that has transpired in that conversation about Devin Haney and Ramadan, right? Now, if you don't ask me in chat, I ain't saying nothing because it's kind of like it's old news. How about that? It's old news. So, but anyway, Devin the Dream Haney is 20. Wait a minute, Devin Dream Haney just made 26. He's 26 years of age. He's 5'9" with a 71-inch arm reach. He's a right-handed. He has 31 wins, 15 by knockout. He has no losses, never been stopped, no draws. Again, he was formerly the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. First of the four belt era, right? He is currently the WBC junior welterweight champion of the world in recess, right? That kind of means like he has the title, but the title is in recess based on certain circumstances Devin didn't follow through on certain circumstances. So the the label of the label in recess has a um, if I want to use has mixed has mixed sentiments associated with it. But Gil Cole is saying Devin currently ducked Teal. Is that something you really want to talk about, Gil Cole? Because you know that's not true. You know that's not true, right? Quite naturally, there was some discussion about Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fighting, and Bob Aaron brought that up. He decided that Teo should fight Devin Jr. Haney, and the Haneys decided they didn't want to participate in negotiations with Bob Aaron because Bob Aaron wasn't going to meet them in the middle when it came to the almighty dollar, right? So they said, take this issue to Turkey Al Sheikh, because Turkey Al Sheikh had already offered Teofimo Lopez a certain amount of money to fight Devin Haney. And if you don't remember this, I'm going to refresh your memory, Gil Cole. Teofimo Lopez turned that down and told Turkey Al Sheikh that he wasn't ready to fight Devin Haney. Now, you know that to be a fact, but yet still, Gil Cole would have the audacity to come before y'all and say Devin Haney ducked Teofimo Lopez. Now, that is incorrect, and I'm quite sure Gil Cole knows. But here it goes again. Devin gonna make less money on BLK Prime. Wait a minute. Who Gil Cole, you got the receipts saying how much Devin Haney's gonna make on the fight with BLK? You have receipts said he's gonna make less money? And what about it ain't about no money? What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Mr. Cole? I mean, you need to call in and let's have a conversation, man, because you ain't making no sense, brother. You heard me? You need to call in and let's have a conversation so we can, go head up or head to head on these allegations that you keep making. And the last two just don't make no sense. The last two was Devin gonna make less money on BLK. Is that a fact? And the second was, it ain't about money. It ain't. It ain't about money. The phone number is right there, Gil Cole. And start with the height. The height. Let's try to keep it real, man. You heard me? You heard me? Yeah. We kicking it's about Charles, man. But look, so they trying to make this fight still. It's still, if you don't. I'm not saying that Gil Cole said who Devin fighting to make more money than fighting Teofimo Lopez. I can't answer that, but I will say that if Teofimo Lopez is prepared to make a intelligent offer to Devin Haney to fight Devin Haney next, Devin Haney will fight Teofimo Lopez. Now we know that. That's something we don't have to guess about, right? Now who he's fighting in March, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea at this juncture. Oh yeah. See, now listen in the chat, right? Now. Gil Cole is making a lot of sting accusations, but he won't get on the phone and have a conversation about it. He won't. He just said Devin Haney, Devin about to get his ASS whooped by Blair Cole. Who said that? Who said that? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can catch. Uh, hold up. Let me see if I can catch her with David Bill Haney and put some of this nonsense to sleep. Let me see if I can catch Bill Haney so I can put some of this nonsense to sleep. Cause you making some hellacious accusations, Bill Cole. Uh-oh. Shout out to Gil Cole in the chat. What's going on, brother? Gil Cole.
Yeah, what's
Hey.
going on, OG?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what's happening with all these stinging accusations, brother?
Man, you know what it is with Devin and Bill, man.
No. We need to tell the world what you think about Devin and Dream Haney. That's what we need to do. We need to hear Gil Cole right now in front of the world what you think about Devin Dream Haney. Because everything you seem to think about Devin Dream Haney is negative.
Devin Haney he's an average type fighter that's been overhyped. You know what I'm saying? He a hype job. So who is he gonna fight on BLK Prime?
So you know what I was wait, let me see. Okay, I couldn't catch Bill. I had just called his pop, but didn't answer the phone and to get some information. I don't know at this juncture, right? But I will have explanation for you on that particular subject by tomorrow, right? I'm gonna constantly get it.
Okay, we could just discuss it though. We ain't gotta, because I don't know all the facts either. So we could just discuss it. Is you think the BLK Prime? You think this fight with him on BLK Prime is gonna be a bigger fight than him fighting Tio on ESPN Plus?
Don't think
just with Top Rank?
No, I don't think that.
Bigger fight?
No, I actually think that would
not the money then.
That would be a bigger fight, but I don't think that Bob Arum is prepared to pay the Haneys what the Haneys think that they should be paid. I think that's what that is.
It's a duck. That's a duck. Okay.
You wait a minute, hold on. We got another one. Hold up. Now, wait a minute. I don't know if you know Bud Boxer. You know Bud?
Nah.
Okay, Bud is kind of like you. He's a avid hater of Devin the Dream Haney, right? So he's in the chat, right? He's just in the chat, but he's come on the screen and following, and you kind of like following your lead.
Yeah, well, I don't even consider myself a hater of. My mind just be blown how y'all be trying to flip things to make it seem like Devin is just this awesome, like repeating the undisputed folk nights. Yeah, he fought Cambosis.
Okay.
He ain't gonna collect no belts. He fought one dude to become undisputed, and that dude is trash. Cambosis is trash.
You think? Okay? You don't like it? You actually don't like Cambosis?
No.
He said no with emphasis too. Did y'all hear him? Damn. Hey, Gil, I happen to
see. I'm watching this Buccaneers game because we trying to get into the playoffs, and I see this Devin Haney. So I'm gonna take a little time to talk about Devin Haney. So you think I was scared to call you call-in show? I called the call-in show, but man, Devin is he a C-level fighter. That's what he is. So, he got his ass whooped by Ryan. He don't wanna run it back with Ryan. You know, you want to sue the man. Cool, sue him. Do the 24-hour 365 VADA testing and all that. What you gonna do when you come back, Devin? Who you gonna fight when you come back?
Okay. Who is it? Has it been suggested who he's gonna fight when he come back?
Well, the suggested fight for him to come back was Tio.
Okay. But aren't they talking?
After the showing of what he just did with Ryan, he getting a shot at another belt with Tio. After you just got your ass whooped by Ryan.
Right. I agree.
It's a no contest. You got your oath back, and they putting you in line to fight Tio. Why not jump on that? You say you took a pay cut when you fought Cambosis, right? Then he they say he took a 3-fight, basically a slave deal or something with Bob. Like he ain't really get paid. He took a pay cut to fight Cambosis, right?
Right.
Why not take I mean, hell, I don't even think it would have been a pay cut fighting Tio.
Okay, but so which so?
And then they talk about they their own boss. Don't they always say that?
Yeah.
They their own boss, right?
Right. That's what they say. That's what they say.
Why they don't put their own money up on their fights?
Say, Gil, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I've had conversation with Bill about that. You know what I mean? And in fact,
what he lied to you about? What he lied to say?
Well, he said that the time wasn't right now. Right? It's kind of like no. Right. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of like his explanation was it's kind of like the old boy school type of situation where you gotta wait your turn.
Who got waited his turn? Devin?
As far as the promotional scheme of things is concerned, right? It's like, you know what I mean? You just can't. I got your point, and your point is well taken. I'm going to be honest with you, right? Because, like I said, I've had conversation with Bill about that same subject, and I was not really happy with the answer, but not to say that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. You know. I don't want.
I know you don't want to talk bad about him because you don't want to tell. You don't. No, I ain't even talk bad about him. I feel like you don't want to say anything that.
I don't want to be one of those.
Sound bad.
I don't want to be one of those in the media.
That's what it is.
Huh? Excuse me.
No, I'm saying I feel like you don't want to say the truth because it's gonna make Devin look bad. It is what it is. Devin is in a messed up spot right now. You know, his credibility is basically gone. Like even just the fans, the boxing fan base just doesn't. I ain't gonna say they turned on him, but it's like his whole image then took a shot. But I kind of don't care about the outside the ring stuff. I look at what happened in the ring, and Ryan whooped his ass. I'm sorry, PEDs or not. If you felt like it was PEDs, run it back. You don't want to run it back. Okay?
Who don't want to run it back?
Then you want to go into somewhat whatever the negotiations with Tio, thinking you the A side or something. How is he the A side in fighting Tio? They were saying it was a 55-45 split for Tio.
Gil. Is that what the accusations has been?
That's what Bob Arum said. 45-55 split.
Okay, that's what
got 45%.
So Devin wanted 55?
I guess 45 wasn't enough. I don't know what he wanted, but 45 wasn't enough.
Wow.
So he think he gonna come into a fight with Tio 50-50? See, it ain't even Tio. See, we talking about Top Rank. Top Rank is putting the money up for the fight. Devin DHP ain't putting no money up towards that fight. They ain't even a real promotion. That shit ain't Top Rank. It ain't the same. It ain't like, and Tio ain't getting, Tio's not getting 55% of that. Top Rank is getting 55 and paying T.O. So Devin, if he would have took that fight, he would have got 45% of basically everything. The fight itself, he would have got 45%.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold it, Gil.
That 45% would have been more than what T.O. would have made himself. So Top Rank is getting 55%.
Gil.
Yes.
Is that factual?
What do you mean? Is that factual?
Is that what Bob Arm said?
You know how it works? You know how these promotional companies pay their fighters?
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm just
saying.
The concept and what you just explained, I like that concept and I can appreciate it. And I would kind of feel like that was a lot of money, not at 45% under the circumstances. If that was factual, that was something that I think should have been discussed.
Look, just it's simple. DHP, which is Devin Haney Promotions, right?
Right.
They fighting T.O. Okay? Who is T.O.'s? T.O. isn't promoting this fight. So who's his promoter? Top Rank, right?
Right.
So it's Top Rank and DHP. 55% goes to Top Rank.
Right.
45% goes to Devin, DHP. The 55% that Top Rank get, you think that whole 55% is going to T.O.?
No.
So they're going to pay T.O. off of that 55%, right?
Right.
So let's just make up a number because I don't know. Let's say they give T.O. Out of the 55% that Top Rank make, what's the percent you think they give T.O. out of that? Out of 55% that they make?
T.O. more than likely, if it's not a pay-per-view, T.O. would get it like a flat rate, maybe like what, maybe 2 million, 3 million.
Okay, let's just say 2-3 million. So how much out of that 2-3 million coming out of the 55%?
For the fighters?
Yeah, I'm saying, what is the split? What do you think the split is?
I'm saying I think under the circumstance with Bob Arum, the fighters would get a set amount of money, whether it be 2 million, 3 million, or whatever, right? But Bob Arum have already said he don't want to make this a pay-per-view. Well, I take that back.
Okay, all right. Here goes this is a simple question here. Okay, if Devin makes 45%, right, and Top Ranks makes 55%. Do you think Devin is making more money than T.O.?
If he's making that 45% in that scenario, yeah.
So why did he not take the fight?
Say, Gil, I'm gonna be honest.
More money than T.O.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't answer that, right? Because the way that you explained it,
Devin won't let you answer that question. Your love of Devin will not allow you to answer that question.
I can't answer that.
It is what it is.
What you think? So at the end of the day, what you saying? Because he ducking him? You think Till? You think Devin? Huh?
No, go ahead. I mean,
you think Devin is actually ducking Teofimo Lopez?
Yes.
He scored.
What else he got to do? What better fight does he have on what's his next? What's the better fight?
Hey, Gil. Hold up, man. Let me try this one more time, because you coming with some good answers. Hold up. Hold up, bro. Okay. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It'd be inappropriate for a gentleman to let the phone ring more than 4 times.
I don't argue with Bill.
No, that wasn't Devin. That was Bill. But you entitled to some answers to these questions, brother. You asked you ain't hating. You asking some good questions, right? And then these questions need to be answered.
But I'm just saying, well, who is Devin gonna fight that's better than Tio? And then it's gonna be on Black Prime, BLK Prime. Who going to BLK Prime? Got Blair Cobb.
Wait, hold it. Blair Cobb is with Bill.
I don't even know. I'm just throwing a name out there. Okay. I don't know who on BLK Prime. But like who is he gonna fight on BLK Prime that's gonna be a bigger fight and make him more money than fighting Tio?
Good question, brother.
Nobody. Ain't no good. There's an answer to that question. Nobody. Ain't nobody. So if it ain't nobody, it's a dub. That's the best fight that could be made for him right now.
You know what? I have to concur with that, brother. I have to concur with that.
This ain't hate. Now, I do think he's overrated. That's hate, if you want to call that. But I see what's going on. Like the dude, man, he gonna let y'all down, bro.
You think?
Like, yeah, he gonna let y'all down. I'd like to see Devin come back in the ring and do something. But, man, he need a tune-up fight. You know, he need to get back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But he had an opportunity to fight Tio. I don't know why he didn't take that. He's supposed to be the face of boxing and all this. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, look.
Gil, do you think that he is psychologically damaged because of that fight with Garcia?
No, I don't think he's psychologically damaged. I think it just, I think a lot of people thought, like, I really think a lot of people underestimated Ryan. I don't know why. Dude, like a 12-time national champion. You know what I'm saying? You know he got power. Everybody know he got a left hook. Like, it ain't no secret, but I guess.
You know what? You're not the first. You're not the first person that has said that. You heard me?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said you're not the first person who said that they don't know why that they overlook Ryan. You know what I'm saying? You're not the first person that said that to me. I'm like, damn. I'm talking about some serious.
Hold on. Did you overlook Ryan?
I did. I did overlook Ryan. No, I'm saying what I really did was, and I gotta be serious with you, because me and Bill did have words about this, right? I kind of think that as far as Ryan Garcia, I really think that Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney could have whooped Ryan Garcia. I think that in that particular incident that Devin didn't go in there with the right mentality, the right training. I'm trying to say that without trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to not to step on nobody's toes, but I got to tell the truth.
No, step on the damn toes. See, that's the problem.
I think
you stepping on.
I think that.
Hold on. Who toes you don't want to step on right now?
I mean, it would probably be the trainer.
Who?
You know who?
What? But I'm saying you giving your opinion.
Bill,
that's the issue right there, OG. That's what I've been telling you.
Okay,
You scared you finna insult Bill Haney or Devin Haney, man. It's just the truth. That's all it is, man.
I got that. That's true.
You turn that into hate.
That's true, brother. That's true. That's true. But we had conversation about this immediately after the fight, and I told him that I thought it was his fault.
Yeah, I've been saying that, man. Like, hell, Devin, I'm not even saying Devin couldn't beat Ryan. He did. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know who's going to win. You know, I don't know that I didn't know Ryan was going to do him like that. But, I mean, Devin, it's boxing. Don't nobody know what's going to happen till they step in the ring. You know? But for people to just underestimate Ryan, that's you done messed up. You thinking you just should have walked through Ryan like that? That could have been anybody though. You know?
You think it could have been Floyd?
Huh?
You think it could have been Floyd?
Who?
Do you think that Floyd could have been underestimated? Could have underestimated Garcia if he was fighting?
You talking about Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
What do you mean if they ever fought or something?
No. I'm saying in the hypothetical, right? You said that you don't think that nobody could have underestimated that fight, right? And I'm saying, do you think that Floyd Mayweather could have underestimated Ryan Garcia?
I don't think Floyd underestimated any of his opponents. You don't. You shouldn't underestimate any of your opponents. If you do that, you looking to lose. Like if you going into a fight and talking about somebody else that you want to fight in the future, or after I get ready, after this fight, I'm gonna fight. Like you don't know what's gonna happen after that fight. Like you don't know what's gonna happen in that fight. Like I ain't never heard Floyd. You know, that's one thing. Floyd, I'm not gonna. I've never heard Floyd talk bad about his opponent.
No. Never. No, but what I'm saying is, I don't think that Floyd went 50-0, correct? So Floyd had to go in. Floyd had to go into the ring with the mindset, I got to do whatever I got to do to win. Period. And I'm saying to you, I don't think that all fighters go in there with that kind of thought process.
No, they don't.
And that's where the L's come in. You don't train. They don't. I'm gonna go on the record by saying a lot of these cats don't train up to the expectation of being great boxers. I'm talking about the boxers today.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. I was in Vegas about.
I don't know about all that. I just don't. I mean, everybody ain't finna be perfect, man.
No, I know that.
In boxing, this ain't the sport you want to see perfect. I'm not trying to see everybody be perfect. You know, a loss don't really make or break you, man. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but like the thinking of boxing fans nowadays, especially with Floyd going through everything he went through, becoming not having a loss, and then like as soon as a guy lose, it's like he washed up or something. Like if you got that type of thinking. If you was back in the 70s and the 60s, watching Muhammad Ali, like you gonna think Muhammad Ali trash? Muhammad Ali got losses. Holyfield got losses. Larry Holmes, like all the greats got losses. So that shouldn't be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially you go back to the Black Murderers Road. Man, them guys was fighting each other, 15 times, losing back. Them guys were just it's about fighting, man. It's just about going in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? Like you can try to beat Floyd if you want, but I don't know, man.
Let me just say what I meant by that is the way I train, right? I train to be able to go in the ring and dominate my opponent. You know what I mean? I don't think today, especially after being in the presence of a lot of these so-called boxers today, especially in Las Vegas. Again, I was in Las Vegas about 2 weeks ago, and I went to the gyms, and I watched the work regimen. They don't train like they did back in the days. So I can expect to see a lot of these cats at the top of the tier getting beat.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I'm not a professional boxer. I've never boxed. I'm just a fan of boxing.
Yeah, but I can say that because I've been I boxed.
Yeah, well, I don't know all the ins and outs and this. I just know what I see, and like I know a hype job when I see one.
You see what? You know what?
I know a hype job when I see one.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
Gil.
sorry.
Okay, your point is well taken, brother. But look, I got to move on, Gil. But I love to have this conversation with you today, and we're gonna do this again.
All right, I get what you.
Okay, brother.
All
In a minute. Gil Cole, y'all. Gil Cole. That was my main man, Gil Cole. Gil Cole knows boxing. You know what I'm saying? As a result of following boxing, I got to give him his credit. And wait a minute. Let me say something to clarify a statement I made to my brother, boxing, Bud boxing, right? Bud, I didn't mean to say that you was hating on Haney. I was just making a reference to um, Gil Cole and how sometimes you and I have conversations that are similar. Not that you hating, brother. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna read it. Buzz Boxing. Shout out to Buzz Boxing, y'all. Check his channel out. My problem is at 135, Haney was going after all the top names. Loma, Tank, Cambosis. But at yeah. But at 140, he going after the C level fighters. Regis, you consider, well, maybe so. Regis, Broner, who is not? Broner, nah. Who is not? T.O. And but wait a minute, hold it. But y'all, you consider Tio, Matias, Pueblo, Gary A. Russell, Brian Norman. The man, I got it. Okay, that's who he should be going after. Okay, I got it. Okay, okay, that's a pretty good assessment. I mean, I got to keep it 100, right? And I don't want to be in a position where because I have a definitive relation with Bill Haney, that I am being perceived as being okay, okay, okay. Thank you for that information, Bud Boxer. I don't want to be perceived as being biased, right? Because I, you know what I'm saying, have a relation with Bill Haney, right? At the end of the day or night, when I come on, right, I should be doing whatever I can that's in the best interest of boxing to promote boxing. That's what this is about, right? So if I have said something because that's my brother, Bill Haney, right? Love him to death, right? Except I should the fact that sometimes he get on my nerve, right? Uh, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to do that, y'all. Right? I'm starting to feel really great about this podcast. I'm starting to be in a position where I can have dialogue and live chats, right? And I can help build boxing. And I'm gonna tell you something. In my opinion, the best two boxing channels that exist today is Aki Boxing and the Boxing Boys, right? Because they keep it 100. And I anticipate following in the same directions as those two gallant brothers that represent the sport of boxing. You feel me? So let the record reflect that if I have been biased in any regard, y'all forgive me. Because as of this day, I'm not taking personal feelings with anybody else. I'm not going to allow personal feelings with anybody else to move or sway me to make false allegations. How about that? That being said, this was a good day for boxing. This was a good day for the chat. And this was a lovely day for me. That being said, man, y'all hit that subscription button. Drop a comment in the comment section and let me know if y'all think that boxing can only be made better if we, the boxing pundits, be straight up and down and not side with a person or a boxer because you like them. and share my video with your friends and relatives. That being said, I'm out, y'all.